Hey shooters, I'm Joe Lowley from Precision Match Timer, and we are going to go over the course of fire for February 2023 for the NRL22 match. Looking back at January, I shot up at Pintucky, which is just outside of Augusta, Georgia, and we had a really good turnout. Lots of people showed up. I think 33 or 35 people, and I was lucky enough to come away with the overall win there. Got my little trophy, and but if you only look at the 5 stages of the NRL22 matches, I was actually beat by my buddy Ken Martinez, and he shot really well and took away the 100 points. So I came in right behind him with 95 or so. Otherwise, it was a really good match, and I appreciate Greg Cannon up there putting on such a good match. So the February match looks like it's going to be one of the most difficult ones that I've seen in a while. It's got a lot of movement. It's got a lot of tough props to shoot off, like tires and sawhorse, which are hard ones to get good positions on. They're a little bouncy, things like that. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of finding targets and then repeating sequences and having to know whether you shoot large or small. So it's going to take some concentration to get these right. One of the things we have to do this month is shoot unsupported standing. That's also known as offhand. And I should be good at it. I've spent a long time shooting small bore silhouette, and that's all done offhand. And I was even Florida Open champ a couple of times, and was a masterclass shooter. So I should be good at it. The difference is we are using these rifles that weigh about, well, mine weighs about 22 pounds, and my old silhouette rifle here is weighing in at about 8.5 pounds. So that's a big difference, and it's hard to get steady sometimes and get a good enough position. So I'll go over that when we get to that stage, but it is going to be something to think about, and it is 4 points worth. So definitely need to try to figure out the best way to do that. But otherwise, let's start looking at the course of fire and start with the first stage. All right, first stage is Cupid's arrow. On start, the shooter will take a position inside the center of the tire and shoot the near targets, 1 shot each, left then right. Then engage the far targets, 2 shots each, large then small. Then transition to the top of the tire and repeat the same sequence. It is hit or miss to move on. So remember, this is a 12-shot stage, and no bipods are allowed. I don't see how bipods could really be used that well, though I heard some people were gaming the last tire and putting the bipods inside the tire. I don't think that'll be a factor this time, but I did hear about that for the last month's match. So the targets, 2 inches at 65, that's about a 0.9 mil, and there's a 3 and a 1.5 at 85. That's a 1 mil and a 0.5 mil. So let's take a look and see what we can do on that bouncy tire. All right, tire stage. I am going to shoot through the center, and there are some small targets out there. I am going to dial. I'm going to see how long that takes, and I'm going to use the big ass bag as a rear bag, and I'm going to put it up on my knee for the top part. So let's see how that works out, and hopefully I'm steady enough. I'm always worried about this top being bouncy, so let's take a look and see how it does. Engage. mag change. "20 seconds left."
20 seconds.
Not too bad. That helped a lot having that rear bag. So I like that on this, and
10,
definitely the way I'm going to go with it.
8, 7, 6.
Stage 2, all you need is love. On the start, the shooter will shoot standing unsupported, also known as offhand, with 2 shots. Then 1 shot each from all 3 tank traps. Then repeat. So offhand shooting is not easy. Like I said in the intro, I shot small bore silhouette for years, and it takes a lot of practice to get good at it. So the difference in shooting, the light rifles that I shot and this big 22-pound rifle is a big difference. So I will definitely have to practice this a good bit. I don't expect it to go really well, and I hope I'm wrong on that, but like I said, it's just going to take some practice. The tank trap shouldn't really be an issue. The targets, it's just one target, 4-inch at 73. And that's about a 1.5 mil. So let's take a look and see if we can get some good offhand position and then transition over to the tank trap. All right, this is the offhand stage and tank trap stage. So I'll go through a couple things about shooting offhand. Couple of things is your body position. You want to make sure your forward hip is out as much as you can, and if you can, place your elbow on your hip. I am too tall in the torso to do that, always have been, so I can't rest there. I have to rest on my rib cage, and then you want to be as close as you can. In that case, with these guns, that means about where the magazine is, which is not my favorite thing. I am going to try doing it with a sling. I don't usually shoot with a sling, but I'm going to try to shoot with a sling and see how that does. It might get me a little steadier and give me a little bit more practice. So let's get on it and see what it does. Let me adjust the tank trap just a little bit. Shooter ready? Engage. Missed that. All right. Obviously taking too much time. I think the sling hurt me. I don't think it helped me any. I'm gonna run it again without the sling. And I'm not gonna take so much time to get steady. If I can't get it, I'm pulling it. I gotta get these 6 points here. I can't take too long on that. So let's go again. Shooter ready? Engage. Maybe. Faster. I got my shots off.
20 seconds.
I got 6 points. I'm not sure if I got any more than 6. I'll have to look at the video. But that's just hard with that heavy rifle. But let's move on to the next one. Stage 3, love-hate relationship. So on the start, shooter will take position on the lowest ladder rung and take a shot at the near target, then the far target. Then climb a rung higher and repeat. Total of 5 rungs. Hit or miss, move on. So the targets are 2-inch at 77, which is a 0.7 mil, and 2.5 at 88, which is a 0.8 mil. Hold over or dial. Let's go outside and try it and see which one we can do. I'm thinking there's enough time to dial, but it depends on what the dope looks like for those 2 yardages, and we'll see which one we should go with. All right, gonna do the ladder stage here, and start on the bottom rung. Work your way up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do all 5 rungs. Near to far, I'll probably hold over. It's only 0.4, so I think I can hold over. I think I could probably dial, but I think I'll hold over. Shooter ready, engage. 35 seconds left. Plenty of time. I definitely could dial that, and I probably won't though. I'll probably stick with that. I don't think a parallax is needed, so I think I'll just hold over. Good. Stage 4, a moment like this. On the start, the shooter will take position on the bottom of the sawhorse. Gonna shoot the far target. Then going largest to smallest, shoot the KYL rack at a nearer distance. Move to the top of the sawhorse and repeat. Must hit to move on. Here's the other thing. It's a no dial stage. So the good thing is you only have to hold over for the far target. So set your elevation for your nearer target and then find out what your holdover is for the one far target. You are definitely want to change your parallax as well so you can get a nice clear target for that KYL rack. This is also a timed stage. So the targets are 2.5 inches at 98, which is about a 0.7 mil. And of course the KYL rack at 35, that's everywhere from a 0.8 mil down to a 0.2 mil, which is of course that little 1/4 inch target that we always love. So let's take a look at shooting it. The sawhorse can always be a problem. The bottom isn't too bad. The top is a little wobbly for me. So let's see if I can figure out a way to make it a little less wobbly. Sawhorse, start at the bottom, which shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna use my area 419 bag, and that shouldn't be too bad, although the small target's difficult no matter what. And then I'll transition up here with the big bag on my knee, a lot like I did with the tire. And so let me try it that way. Let's see what we got. All right, shooter ready? Engage. I don't know if I got that last one or not. It was close.
20 seconds.
That's tough. This is wobbly, as you can see, very wobbly, and it's mostly because it's thin, so you go up and down a lot. Even with the bag, it still tends to wobble up and down because you can't get your knee 100% flat. So there's always going to be a little bounce in your knee and a little give in the bag. So you still get a little bit of a wobble, but it's probably about the best position you can get out of it. I don't think I could ever just hold this very well. I'm all over the place. Yeah, so I think that's the best way to handle it. Stage 5, love and lead is in the air. So on the start, the shooter will take a prone position and shoot one shot each at the following targets: left far small, right far small, center near, left far large, right far large, then repeat the sequence. Hit or miss, move on. So the hard part here is remembering your order. Whether you dial or hold over is up to you. I think there's plenty of time to dial it. The distances are 54 and 90. And you'll have to dial it a few times, but I think it's definitely enough time to do it, especially from the prone position. The harder part is remembering which target you're on, remembering the order. And it might be a good idea to kind of draw it on your dope card so you can figure out which target you're on. And listen out for your ROs, maybe helping you a little bit about which target you're on. So let's go on out and give it a practice and see how we can do. All right, so this is prone stage. And like I said, I've been going back and forth on whether to dial it or hold it. I think I'm gonna dial 1.4 and hold under 1.2. It's a big target in the center. You do have to swing left and right a good bit. And so I gotta shoot these in the right order. That's the key. And so I have a little diagram on my dope card so I can figure it out easy enough. But otherwise, there's some small targets there, but we're shooting prone. So let's get at it. Shooter ready, engage. All right, I think that works better. Tons of time, 40 seconds. Tons of time to do it. And it's just shooting the small targets. If there's some wind, then you got to contend with the wind. Otherwise, it's a prone stage, and the swing isn't even that bad. So, good. All right, thanks for taking time to watch the video, checking out the stages. Hopefully I can provide some information that will help you shoot the stages better. That's always the goal of everything. If I have, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to make sure that you can see these every month, and I'm doing more and more videos all the time, whether it's reloading or rimfire stuff. So, and even some equipment reviews I've started doing. So if you could subscribe, that'd be great. And otherwise, if you are at the 17 South match, I will see you there.